Hey, folks, welcome to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. I am your host, Lewis Carlin, and we're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel on YouTube, please consider subscribing. We have lots of great content already on there, lots of great content on the way. And if you have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Make me a happy individual. Okay, so New Japan World. New Japan Pro Wrestling on New Japan World. Road to Wrestling Dontaku, I believe it was night 5. I know there were a number of shows that they're not showing on New Japan World, their streaming service. So I believe it was night 5. If it's not night 5 and I got it wrong, I do apologize. But I believe this was night 5, April 18th show. Just finished watching it. So Road to Wrestling Dontaku. And we had 5 matches, and it was a good show. It was a good show as usual. I enjoy in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as you may have already known. And I thought it was a good show, although it's getting a little monotonous with having the same matches. We had 3 of the same matches we've had on the previous 2 or maybe even 3 shows. So let's get into it. First match, again, the opening match, as it was in the past 2 shows. Tomoaki Hanma, Sho and Yo, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, against Minoru Suzuki, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And what can I say? This match was a solid opener. I wish though we saw more of Yo and Desperado one-on-one, as they're working towards, they're building a feud, not a feud, but they're building a match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is upcoming between Desperado and Yo. So I wish we saw a little bit more one-on-one action between the two to help build that match. Yo's leg was playing a factor, his injured leg. I don't know if it's storyline. I don't know if it's real. I think it's storyline, but they're using that his leg as something that's potentially going to affect his match with El Desperado. That's upcoming. But early on, Hanma was in trouble as he got worked over by Suzuki, Desperado, and Kanemaru. Sho and Desperado went at it for a bit, and Sho gets the better of Desperado. They had a good exchange. That exchange should have been Yo, not Sho, in my opinion. We should have seen more Yo. Eventually Sho and Yo, they have a nice double teaming on Desperado. Kanemaru had at one point had a figure 4 on Yo, and Yo really sold the leg immensely, trying to get to the ropes, but he wasn't able to. But that was eventually broken up by Hanma. And eventually, Yo was able to roll up Kanemaru and bridge back and get the 3 count. So it was a solid opener. It was a solid opener, as expected. The last 2 matches were solid. This one was solid as well, but it's getting a little monotonous. I, again, would have rather have seen a young lion in here. We haven't seen any young lions in a couple of shows. I would have liked to have seen Gabriel Kidd, Yuya Homura, or Yota Tsuji instead of Hanma. I like when the young lions go at it with Suzuki. It's fun to watch, and I kind of wish that they did that here again, as I wished in the last show. But hey, like I said in the last show, I'm not booking it. So yeah, so it was a solid opener. Match 2, we had another repeat match that's building to a couple matches. So Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and Dookie against Tamatanga, Tangaloa, and Jado. This was a good match, but again, it was just a repeat. We got the match again. I think the last three shows we've had this match. And it would have been nice if they mixed it up a little bit, but nonetheless, it was still a good match. It was still an enjoyable match to watch, even though you've seen this match on a number of occasions. And I know I said the last time when I talked about it that we're not getting the same exact match every time they go out. It's always a different match, which kind of makes it a little better. So it's getting a little chilly. So there we go. Gonna zip up my zipper. I don't want to catch a cold. But it's good that they're mixing up the match. We're not getting the same match. We're not getting the same result in every match. So that was a plus. But still, it would have been nice if they could mix it up a little bit. they continue to push. They have a couple matches coming up. So this was a build towards Tama Tonga versus Taichi in and I don't know, the Iron Finger from Hell ladder match they have coming up. I think it's that Iron Glove is going to be hanging from the ceiling and hanging from a rope, and to climb up and get it and use that. So whoever gets to use the Iron Glove or gets to keep the Iron Glove. And then we also have Tonga Loa is going one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr. as well on May 3rd. So on May 3rd, they have some one-on-one matches that they're building here with these tag team matches. And like I said, it was a decent match, good back and forth action. But once Zack Sabre Jr. was in the ring with Jado, you knew Jado was going to tap out very quickly, and that's exactly what happened. So Zack Sabre Jr. was able to lock him up and force him to tap out, and Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and Dookie win this encounter. Last encounter, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jado won the match, but on this occasion, Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and Dookie, Zack Sabre Jr. tapping out Jado naturally. Once he locked up Jado, there was no way Jado was going to get out of a Zack Sabre Jr. submission hold, and he tapped out rather quickly. And that was second match again. It was a decent match. And then we had match 3, which was another repeat match, of course, and it was Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenta, Evil, Gedo, Taiji Ishimori, and Yujiro Takahashi. And I love in the beginning when Tanahashi takes off his jacket, he takes it off slowly, and the audience applause, just like the last time. Gedo gets in Tanahashi's face and starts booing, says boo. I thought that was funny. I could watch that. I could never get sick of that. That's hilarious. He just walks up to Tanahashi and just boos, boo, which was funny. But Jado and Tanahashi, they start. Of course, they go back and forth a bit, and eventually we get Evil and Yano are in the ring. And Yano does his shtick, which I find is just so boring. I'm sorry. I'm not a Yano fan. You know, as soon as Yano comes in the ring, he's gonna yell and run and pull the turnbuckle off, and he throw it to his opponent. In this case, it was Evil. Then point to the referee, and say, "Hey, look, he's got the turnbuckle. He can't do that." And it's not good. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Yano fan. And eventually, Yano gets the hood, the black hood. Evil and Yano have that strange stipulation match coming up that involves the hood and involves darkness. But Yano has the hood, tries to get it on Evil. He can't get it on Evil. Evil takes it, throws it to Gedo. Gedo gets the hood, and eventually Gedo gets it on Yano. And now Yano has the hood on him. Yano has just a black hood over his head, and Yano is walking around the ring like he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know all he needs to do. Like he walked around the ring for like 30, 40 seconds, like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? I got this hood. I can't see anything. All he had to do is just take the hood off. That's all he had to do. And he eventually figured that out after about 40 seconds. He figured, hey, wait a minute, maybe I could just take the hood off. So he took the hood off. I didn't think that was a good spot at all. I thought that was the worst part of the match, actually. And then we had Ishii and Takahashi. They had a really nice exchange, and this is leading up to a couple of single matches. Actually, it's leading up to a never openweight 6-man title match, which is coming up between Hashi on April 20th. That's this Tuesday, April 20th. So Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto are defending the openweight titles against Taiji Ishimori, Yujiro Takahashi, and Kenta, which should be a great match. So that's coming up this Tuesday, April 20th. But tomorrow, on the 19th, we have a couple of singles matches. It's going to be Yoshihashi 1-on-1 against Kenta, Tomohiro Ishii against 1-on-1 against Yujiro Takahashi, and Hiroki Goto 1-on-1 against Taiji Ishimori. More matches to build up towards this huge title match on April 20th. And I can't wait for the singles matches. I think Ishii is just going to absolutely kill Yujiro Takahashi. But they had a nice exchange here. They had a nice exchange in this match, and it was a solid match. It was a solid match between both teams. The main excitement was happening towards the end of the match, down the stretch. Lots of exciting action happening, lots of big moves down the stretch, and eventually Gato gets double teamed by Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, which led to Goto pinning Gato. So your winners in this one: Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And just a big update: Kenta still has the stick. Kenta still has Yoshihashi's staff, and I'm thinking tomorrow in the one-on-one match, maybe that'll maybe Yoshihashi will finally get the staff back, or maybe after the big title match on April 20th, he'll get the staff back. But as of right now, Kenta still has Yoshihashi's staff. So, but this was another solid match between both teams. Anytime you get this much talent, except for the whole Yano shtick, this match was very good. I really enjoyed. Very solid match. And then the next two matches were the matches that I was waiting for. LIJ versus United Empire in the last two matches, and match 4, which I felt should have been the main event, but again, I'm not booking the show. It was Shingo Takagi and Bushi going against the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay and Jeff Cobb. And anytime Shingo and Ospreay get together, it's just pure magic, and they start the match, and I was very happy about that. And there was a great opening exchange between the two. They're such great opponents for each other. Lots of great back and forth action between the two. And this was just a absolutely great match with such tremendous action. Going back and forth, Ospreay and Shingo continued to build towards their title match, which is going to be nothing but outstanding, coming up on May 4th for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And Jeff Cobb was real good. Bushi was good. And this was just a terrific match. Although I kind of disagree with the ending. Ospreay hit the Stormbreaker on Bushi for the win. I kind of expected that. I kind of expected Bushi to take the loss, but I felt it would have been better if Shingo Takagi got the win for his team over Jeff Cobb. This way, it would have given more legitimacy to Takagi. Yes, he's a tremendous wrestler, a tremendous talent, and him and Ospreay are going to have one hell of a match. But if they had Takagi pin Jeff Cobb, I think it would have been that would have been huge for Takagi, because Cobb really doesn't take too many losses. In the matches between LIJ and United Empire, we've seen Bushi take losses. We've seen Toa Henare take losses. We haven't seen Jeff Cobb take a loss yet. At least I don't think we have. And I think Takagi getting a win over Cobb here for his team would have been people would have been almost blown away and say, wow, Takagi really has now an amazing opportunity to defeat an amazing chance, to defeat Ospreay, and getting the win over Cobb really would have legitimized that. But Will Ospreay hit the Stormbreaker on Bushi. Like I said, I expected that to be the finish, although I would have liked the finish to be Takagi over Cobb, because Ospreay wasn't going to take the loss. But anyway, like I said, he hit the Stormbreaker on Bushi for the win, and wins the match for his team. So United Empire reigns supreme in this encounter. And again, May 4th, don't miss it. You can't miss the match. You can't miss Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on May 4th. That's going to be huge. Then we had our main event. Actually, I felt this should have been the match 4. The Takagi match should have been the main event match, as I said earlier. But the main event was Aaron Henare and Great-O-Khan taking on Sanada and Tetsuya Naito. So United Empire is LIJ again. And this was a build for April 26th. One-on-one matches. We have Sanada against Aaron Henare and Tetsuya Naito going one-on-one with the Great-O-Khan on April 26th. So that's going to be 2 great matches. And this was a very good main event. Very good main event with, again, a great action, especially down the stretch. The job here was to put over Khan and Henare, and Sanada and Tetsuya Naito did just that. And man, I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised that Aaron Henare gets another victory over Sanada to win the match for his team. He hits his finisher. I'm not exactly sure what the name of the finisher is. I'm going to admit that I don't watch the English version the English commentary. I prefer the Japanese commentary because they get much more excited during the match, in my opinion. So I watched the Japanese commentary. So I didn't catch the name of Hanare's finisher, but it's a cool finisher, and he hits the finisher on Sanada and gets the win over Sanada, which was huge. It was just huge for Henare because I know I've seen on social media. I think the last loss or the last two losses, I believe he lost two times, maybe been once, but the last loss anyway that Henare took, people were complaining, oh, Henare is a new guy and already they're having him losing matches for United Empire, complaining about that. But here Henare gets the big win over Sanada for his team. Henare, Iron Henare, Great Okan defeat Sanada and Tetsuya Naito. And in the previous match, the United Empire also wins. So United Empire reigns supreme on this show. And I'm looking forward to Sanada against Henare. Henare is just a tremendous talent. I love Aaron Henare. Love the one he was Toa Henare, and he's going to have just a tremendous match against Sanada. And Sanada, you can't say, what can you say about Sanada? He's a future IWGP heavyweight champion. I don't think Sanada's going to lose to Henare. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he does lose. I don't think it's going to happen. I do think Khan is going to go over on Naito in that match, but they're going to be two tremendous matches, and this main event, very, very good main event, very, very good show altogether. And I'm very happy that tomorrow's show, which I can't wait for, is not going to have the same matches. There's going to be a whole bunch of different matches on that show. So I'm very excited. I think the rest of the shows they're going to mix it up a bit. I know they were building for a couple of matches, but I think the build is just about over. And tomorrow we're going to get 3 one-on-one matches, as I mentioned earlier. I can't wait. So Yoshihashi versus Kenta, Hiroki Goto versus Taiji Ishimori, and Yujiro Takahashi versus Tomohiro Ishii. So we get those 3 matches, single matches tomorrow. And I believe the Young Lions are back as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to that show. And I'll be back. I'll be back with my review of that show. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening today. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. This is the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.